This video I'm going to speak about the difference between martial arts and acrobats in gymnastics. In a way, this is like a video in, my thoughts in response to Sidai Diwu. He's a part of FMK. I'm lucky, we're glad to have him part of FMK. And he started off, most of his life he's been training in tumbling and gymnastics. He hasn't, that's his specialty. And you see in that video how gracefully he does those moves, and now they're starting to call street gymnastics, or people running around, jumping around things and doing all these crazy flips outside, they're starting to call that parkour. They're starting to call it free running, but essentially it's just what is essentially gymnastics taken out onto the streets. And the major difference is that it becomes a lot more dangerous, because on the on the mats in the gym, you have more safety. You have safety equipment. You got mats. You have coaches and trainers, and you got safety precautions. But when you're going out there in the streets and you're doing this stuff on concrete and grass and gravel and all sorts of things, it becomes potentially very dangerous. So, but the moves, they come off of gymnastics, and gymnastics is always it has always gained my special attention. I really, as a child, I enjoyed watching the Olympics, and my favorite was watching the gymnasts, male and female, of what they could do, on the open mat, on the, especially in the open mat, the strength demonstrations, the flips and the turns and the tucks and all that stuff, and seeing what the human being is capable of doing with their body, it amazed me. Now, the difference between martial arts and gymnastics, the difference between acrobats, gymnastics, and martial arts. Acrobats and gymnastics, I think, go hand in hand. Acrobats may, in a way, sometimes go to even a higher level than what gymnasts may do. So you got acrobats, gymnastics, and martial arts. Martial arts, I see, can never be as entertaining as gymnastics or acrobats. Martial arts is not designed for purely entertainment reasons. Gymnastics, breakdancing, acrobats, for example, they're designed for entertainment reasons, and because of that, it will always be more entertaining. Martial arts, it's not that flashy, it's not that like extraordinary. Martial arts is more efficient, simple, direct, to the point. It's kind of like the difference between like a street performer, somebody that has a special skill and talent, like such as juggling or singing or dancing, or somebody that does acrobats, compared to like a police officer. There's really nothing special about a police officer. You might see one in uniform, you just watch him pass by. Oh, it's cool, he has a gun, he has a badge, he has a taser, but it's not really entertaining. But somebody like a gymnast doing very, amazing things with his body, it becomes like entertaining. But for police officers, if there's something going down, a serious situation, and you see like 40 squad cars rushing to one area, or you see a gunfight in the moment, then it's not really entertainment, but it catches your attention immediately. This feeling of danger, and this serious danger. It's not like the playful danger like gymnastics, where hey, this person might fall on his neck. But this is more of the serious danger that, hey, you know, something's going on that's serious that needs to be taken care of. So I believe the people, the crowd, the audience, they're very appealed to high-risk activities. So Deewu told me about a video with Kobe Bryant where he jumped over Aston Martin. You know, the Aston Martin was going towards him, driving towards him, and he jumped over the car. So the video has over 5 million views, if not more. And people like to see other people put themselves in danger. It catches their attention. And in a way, a lot of gymnasts do that. A lot of people who practice acrobats do that. They put themselves in danger in order to gain the attention of the crowd. Now, martial artists, they're not really training to make other people entertained. They're training for survival reasons. Same as what a police officer would do or a samurai. They're training for survival reasons. To point a gun and shoot somebody is very efficient, quick, and swift. Doesn't take much time. There's nothing flashy about it. Just a simple, easy motion. Just being aware, boom, and then the life is over. It's not about doing a flip and then, you know, shooting a gun in all these weird positions. It's more about simple, efficient, boom, it's over. Samurai, get that sword, one swift motion, cut off a person's head. End the fight immediately. Martial artists, for that direct, okay? Even with the competition fighting now, with it being more lethal in a way of where they're making the gloves smaller, and you can see how just one kick and one punch can end it all. Things happen very quick, and really it's not designed to entertain. It's just, this is survival methods. So martial artists is training in survival methods. Once you start going into things where you're practicing it in order to make other people be in awe, which is a lot of what breakdancers do, a lot of what taekwondo people do, a lot of what gymnasts do, a lot of what people who practice acrobats do. They practice certain techniques to put other people in awe. That's not martial arts. That's more of closer to acrobats. You're more of a performer, an entertainer, opposed to an actual martial artist. Now, for example, Bruce Lee was more of clearly defined martial artist. But he's not as acrobatically talented as Tony Jaa. Tony Jaa was pretty good at the martial arts, but he had really good in acrobats and gymnastics as well, and he combined the two. That's what makes him pretty unique. Jackie Chan is more of a stuntman, a performer, an entertainer, opposed to a martial artist. Jackie Chan's more, number one is performer acrobats. Number two is martial arts. Bruce Lee is martial arts. He didn't even care to practice any of the performing stuff. Tony Jaa is more a pretty good balance. Martial arts integrated with acrobats together. Jet Li is more martial arts and then acrobats. Jackie Chan is more acrobatic than Jet Li. You can clearly see that. more concentrated on acrobats than the martial arts. Jet Li is more concentrated on the martial arts, just a little bit on the acrobats. Bruce Lee was completely martial arts. Didn't care much at all about the acrobats. But the acrobats gains great attention. Martial arts is not that entertaining. It's not that special anymore. Because it's just very simple stuff. How to punch fast, kick fast, okay, what's next? People want to get better at other things. They want to do things with their bodies that not that many people can do. A lot of people can punch fast, but not that many people could do these crazy flips. Not a lot of people could do the human flag. Not a lot of people can do full plank push-ups. Not a lot of people could do one-arm pull-ups. You know, so there's a lot of stuff that gymnasts do, you know, people that practice acrobats do, that just a lot of people in the human population simply cannot do. Even a simple kip-up. More people can punch hard than you'll find people that can do a kip-up. Punching hard is not that hard to learn, you know, but kicking high is harder. Learning to kick high with grace, like what some of these taekwondo people do, that's pretty difficult. Not a lot of people could do that. Even though punching is a lot more efficient for real life situations, the kicking is something that people turn their heads more to because it grasps their attention. But then beyond the kicking, now you got all these flipping and crazy acrobats that people do. So martial arts can never be as entertaining as these acrobats. But you see a lot of these actors, they'll integrate both acrobats and martial arts, so then they get the best of both worlds. Jackie Chan did it and rose to fame, made many movies. Even Jet Li would do it, but Jet Li would use like wires and things like that. He wasn't really that acrobatic. But Tony Jaa would obtain the skill and combine the acrobats with the martial arts. So you see a lot of these movies where, like even The Matrix, they'll combine the martial arts and the actors don't have the ability to perform stunts. They'll hire stuntmen to do it, or they'll utilize wires and computer graphics in order to try to combine the acrobatic aspect into the martial arts to make it a little bit more entertaining. They even tried to do that. They even did that with Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon. They hired a stunt double to perform the flip at the beginning of the movie for Bruce Lee to try to combine the acrobats with the martial arts. But to get good at acrobats takes hundreds, if not thousands, it takes thousands of hours of training. And to get good at martial arts can take thousands of hours of training. So to have somebody become very good at acrobats and martial arts, that's a lot to demand. In addition to learning about the philosophy of the martial arts, understanding the philosophy, and remaining fit and strong and healthy. There's a lot of training that's expected. So it would be hard to find somebody that's good at all these things. As for the acrobats, the gymnastics, I think it's good for the younger, good for the children. Their bones heal faster. They don't have that fear because it hasn't been built into him that yet. It's easier for them to overcome that fear of great heights or of turning, jumping up and not being afraid to fall on their head, it's easier to practice as a child. But as you get older, this acrobat stuff can really put you in great danger. When you're older age and you got to go to work and you're making your living off of work, you can't afford to have your back give out. You can't afford to have a broken neck, a broken bone, a broken ankle. It takes longer to heal, and you can't go to work anymore. So, yes, this acrobat stuff does look good. It looks nice. But it can be very dangerous. If you don't have the right training, you don't have the right equipment, you don't have the right coach, you could get yourself in danger. So you have to be smart. Even Jackie Chan, well known out there, broke his bones hundreds of times in order to perform the stunts that he performed in the hundreds of movies that he's produced. You know, and martial arts is about safety, preventing injury to yourself and onto others, training for survival. It's not going to be as fancy and flashy as the acrobats, but it should be safer if you train the right way. So everybody has their different talents and different skills. Some people are faster, some people are stronger, some people are more flexible, some people are more acrobatic. And you will develop yourself in unique ways. And sometimes you may decide to challenge yourself to do something that you normally couldn't do before. You may challenge yourself to do a backflip one day. Just like you challenge yourself to get stronger. Challenge yourself to get more flexible. But just understand that there are risks involved. There's a lot of injury potential. Gymnastics may seem like a very graceful and beautiful thing to practice. But if you do your research, you may see and know that there's a lot of injuries involved for people to get to the certain level that they get to. So I advise people that want to go in that route, that direction, just to be aware of your safety in your training.